Hey guys, I'd like to show you this pedal and how it works. It's called P2 Pedal Extender made by Benchroll. Let's dig in. This is the pedal right now. There are a few different versions, but this is the P2 Pedal PE. And it's finished in polished ebony, and I want to show you how you can set it up so that you can use it against the pedals of the piano. So it's designed for kids, and it will help them reach the pedal. So the way that you want to set it up and assemble it is by first you find the right height, right desired height that you like, and you can see here that by turning the knob, the pedal will go up or down. So first we like to find, and you don't need to use both sides, you can just use one side. So now let's say this is the desired height right here, and that's what I like. So you find that height, and then we would have to set it up with the pedal of the piano. Let's see right here. So the way it works is by this. Now some of our pedals, they have a round bottom piece that goes on top of the pedal of the piano, but some of the other ones, they have an L shape. Now this one has the round one. They both will operate in the same way. So you can see here, this goes up and down, and then you can tighten it, right? So what you do is first we bring it back up, okay, and then we put it on top of the pedal of the piano. So let me show you right here. Go ahead, bring the camera right here. Okay, so let's say the pedal is all the way up. Okay, so now I go in here. You can see here that if I'm pressing it, it's not touching the piano pedal at this height, right? So what you have to do is you loosen this, and see now it's touching the piano pedal, and then I can tighten it right now, and there we go. And now when I press this pedal, it presses on the piano pedal. So now one of the things is this. So this is how it works. And then you can push it in more, have it farther out if you want, but if you push it in more, it's against your piano, and it would work a little bit easier. Now, let's assume that you want to make it a little bit easier for your child to press this. So, to make it easier, the pedal of the piano must be activated a little bit so that it's easier for them just to push it down and then activate the sustain pedal. So imagine if the pedal is right here, then you only need to press it a little bit more to activate the sustain pedal, because some kids are not strong enough, their feet are not strong enough, and they need a little bit of help, especially like 5-year-olds. So this height, at this height, it touched the pedal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, lower it just a little bit, and tighten it. And now when I place it on top of the pedal, as you can see, without pressing the top pedal, the bottom pedal is already activated by 1/4 of an inch. Okay? And I can test the piano too. The sustain is not activated. But when I press this, if I press a little bit, the piano, the sustain pedal is activated. If I want more help, okay, fine. We'll go down a little bit more, right? Now, there's one more thing you could do if you want to make it easier, perhaps. If we bring it back down a little bit so that it's on the edge right here. For some pianos, it might be easier, for some might be harder. But for this piano, I can see that it's hard because this pedal on the piano itself is hard. Now, it's of course, it's easier to press on the piano pedal itself. When you add an extender, you're removing the entire mechanism that is designed. So you have to understand that you need to press down a little bit more on this one. But let's assume that I leave it on the edge right now. Okay? So if I'm on the edge, if I go in more, then this pedal is activated more. If I'm on the edge, it's activated less. So that's one more thing we could do. So, if your child is like, oh, it's not easy, then you just push it in more. It's activated a bit more. Now, the other thing you can do, if you realize that you want to make it a little bit easier, in the long run, what you do is you could lubricate this part here. Bicycle grease, WD-40, but bicycle grease works best. In this part right here that's moving up and down, you put a little bit of grease. In the long term, it can get dry, and it would become a lot easier. But test it with your hand, and if it works fine, that's fine. The only thing is that your child needs to learn to press this harder to activate it. And right now, I'm gonna lower this even a bit more to show you, and then you test. Test the piano first, make sure silent sustain pedal is not activated, and now if I just press a little bit, it can activate. But you have to play around with it to see which one works best. Maybe for some children, for some kids, they like it, they would be okay. Maybe it would be easier for them if they press this down and then press it down all the way. So you have to see which one is more comfortable for them based on their feet, their posture, position. So now with this one, I lowered it back up so it's not even touching the pedal. And then when I press it, I can easily press it down, and then from this point on, I can activate the pedal of the piano. So that's also one more option, solution. So play around. Have it low position, have it high position. See which one is more comfortable for your child. See, for some kids, maybe the tip of their foot is stronger and they can press it down. For some kids, maybe it's not and they want to go in like that. Or the kids, they want to use their mid part for their foot. So for each child, it might be different. And some kids, they may want to push it in like this, some kids like that. So play around with different heights, different positions, different distance from the piano to find an easier solution for your child. But that is, and then if you want to change the height, if you go up and down, then you obviously need to adjust this again so that it's activated. There you go. And aside from all that, even if your child is not pressing the pedal, if their foot is resting on this, then and trying to do it, that's okay. Because when the whole point is that they learn at which position or which part of the song they need to press this pedal. When they grow next year, then they know and they've learned that that is the time that they need to hold the sustain pedal.